Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Airsoft and Hard with your boy G69. Basically, I just wanted to make this review on my gun. I'm not going to get real into details. It may be a little bit long video, but I'm not going to get real into details. But I'm going to show you pretty much what this gun is about. You got me? Okay. So first thing I want to start off by saying, you're going to see me smoking a Black and Mild in this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and give our shouts out to Black and Milds. They're lovely cigars. Pipe tobacco, if you don't already know. I don't inhale mine really, you'll see. Just blow it out. The nicotine that gets in your mouth will get into your system, so you don't have to inhale it, but you can a little bit like this. See that little bit right there at the end? But if you do too much, if you just take a hit like this, and we're not going to do this no more after this, it'll get you a buzz. Let's do one more for a little buzz. Anyway, I do like my Black and Milds, but I recommend one thing, you light it with a wooden match if you have a wooden match. If you don't have a wooden match, use your herb iron and just sit there and touch it to it. You might not be like, what's an herb iron? Or if you don't have that, use some hemp wick. Beeline is what I prefer. Okay, now into the review. Oh, and another thing about the cigar. So this is going to be a cigar slash gun review. This will be pretty cool, actually. Something new. I've just recently picked Black and Milds back up to help me cut back on regular cigarette smoking. I do smoke menthol cigarettes, and I have for my whole life. It's not good. I know a lot of people with cancer right now, and not necessarily for just smoking. Probably half of them ain't even the reason for smoking. But the point is, I'm just trying to cut back on it, okay? So, what I do is I take my Black and Mild and I'll sit there and twist it like this when I first pull it, unwrap it out of the pack, right? And then break it back and forth until you can pull it out of the shell right here, out of the little plastic tip. There'll be glue on it. So what you want to do is flip it around the cigar and then fit it back in there. You see what I mean? You'll just basically take this out, turn it around, and then fit it back inside of there. This is not hyping it up like most people say hype it up when you take the tobacco out and repack it. This basically works the same way though without having to do all that work. Well, then take your razor knife and cut the tip of that glue. There'll be about this much, about an inch of, let's see, that's somewhere down in the trash can now. There'll be about an inch this much with glue on it, which is to hold it in here. No. I don't like that at all. I don't like the fact that it could have ran down or anything, so I get that off of there before I smoke it. These are very healthy to smoke compared to anything else. And the way I puff them, it's like just tasting something. So it's basically just a vapor to me. I'm not getting anything except when I'm talking. Maybe I'm getting a little bit inhaled. Just something for me to chew on and to give me more of a military look. Okay guys, 420's coming up, so let's go ahead and wait a second for 420. I would take a couple bong tokes if I could get you PP tests, so it's kind of hard to do that. For my younger subscribers, I'm sorry, you know, when you turn into an adult, you'll understand. There you go, 420. Alright. Guys, here's where we're going to start off. This is all I've done so far to my MTC2. It's called a modern, it's made by ECHO1. It's a modern tactical carbine 2. Okay, and the reason it's a 2 is because the 1 is the one with the shorter barrel. It'll stop right here. You see where my fingers is? It'll stop right there. I'm so sorry about the glaze off the window. Try to turn this a little bit more, but then I can't hardly get up in here because my gun's hitting me. I can't get the stock in no more because of the battery, so I got to turn it out just a bit. Okay, I wish I had integrated sights right here that would fold up like a lot of Echo 1, or like my ER25 Echo 1 does. Let's say this. One thing about an Echo 1, they are easy to take the tips off a lot of times, but you need to be careful still. You don't want to break nothing. There's an Allen key. You just stick it in there and you just back it out. You'll probably want to heat it up with a hair dryer, and I've got a tool that's an AR-15/M16 tool. It's got all kinds of different fittings on it. It looks like a big crescent wrench or a pipe wrench, like you would use up under for plumbing. Or maybe you would say maybe like it has like a monkey wrench on the end of it as well. Okay, but it's got fittings for different fittings for like this right here. As you can see, it would lock in like this right here, and then you would turn it. You would back it out. I believe you back it out. I can't remember which way the threads are on here. If you ever need to know anything about an Echo 1, just go to echo1usa.com, and it'll tell you all the specs on your gun that you have, which is, I think, is fucking awesome. So Echo 1, I love. I just love them. I love them. I ain't necessarily ever bought from the Echo 1 company, but the money goes there to the proceeds anyway, so it doesn't matter. But let's start by the crane. Let's start at the crane stock, you know, like a lot of people do. Let's start at the back. All right, first things first. I'm hoping y'all be able to see as good as me, because I'm going to wear my glasses through this vid because I got a little mark on my face right here, and it looks like shit. Anyway, okay. First thing you're going to do is you're going to push these little tabs in that are right here on the back. If y'all are familiar, you know what a crane stock is. Okay, and it pops right off the back. That is your access. Let me get my light right here. Give me 1 second. That is your access to your battery compartment. Okay? Unlike the GMP that I showed you yesterday. My zombie killer over here. And I'm shining the light on right now with the green rails on it. That's how you notice it as the zombie killer. Just because the green rails. Anyway, I love Echo 1 because how they're wired. The ones that are wired to the back, even if they're wired to the front through a PEC box on it, Echo 1 guns are going to pretty much hold up. They will stand the test of time. The reason is they take JG body, I mean not JG, they take D-Boys. They take D-Boys guns, and because D-Boys makes very good metal guns. The internals are not really all that good. Not all of the parts, not all of the internals are shit, but pretty much, you know, your hop up, your air nozzle, your... they give you a decent spring guide. They do give you a decent ball bearing spring guide. But anyway, other than that, okay, this gun comes with an M100 spring in it, which is lovely. Because you don't have to worry about it being too much punch for the gearbox, not enough punch for the gearbox. It'll fly the BB over there. It might not fly it over there at 100,000 miles an hour, but it'll get the fucking BB to where it needs to go. And it is definitely CQB or field ready, no doubt about it. I should say it's definitely field ready or CQB ready. That's what I should say. But, you know, that's how they have it labeled first, is for CQB first. But this is a field rifle. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I got my earring out, so I had to take my earring out and let it chill. Anyway, alright, so that's where your battery goes, of course, you know. I'm going to show you the battery that I run. I'll go ahead and pull it out and show it to you. I love this battery, and I recommend you get this battery for this gun if you're using it. It does work great. This is from my experience to you guys, so you know if you get this gun that, hey, my boy G69, or one and only G69, showed me that this battery will work good as hell. Okay, well, right now they have them on sale. I believe it's on Airsoft GI. That's where it is. They're $18 for a nunchuck 10er battery. 1600 milliamps, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. 1600 milliamp, 1600 mAh. Okay, 9.6 volt, built very, very good. Nice. I believe that's probably about, I don't know, 18 gauge wire, or 16 gauge. I mean, I don't know where it says it. Oh, it does say it right there. 16, yep, 16 gauge. See, the reason I know the size of the gauge, the lower the gauge in wire, like if it's 4 gauge, that's going to be thick as hell. 18 gauge is going to be a little thinner. 24 gauge is going to be thin as shit. The lower the gauge, the thicker the wire. That's how it works. Because I know. I was an electrician as well as a car audio installer. Now, when it comes to this, it's a little bit different. You know, connecting these timer connectors and all that stuff like that. But all you got to do is basically clamp them on, strip the wire, clamp them on, and then just plug them in. It's simple. Ah, it smells so good. I love the smell of an ECHO1. Got a brand new plastic smell to it. Anyway, it's just a 10-energy battery, which they sell like the 10-energy battery fast chargers. I got a D-Power, which is the same thing as a 10-energy. But this is also Intellect. It's an Intellect battery. It's basically what it is. So if you like Intellect batteries, which you know Intellect are good batteries, they're very good. I haven't had this battery let down on me yet. I haven't had it go dead on me at all yet. Now, let me show you the one that came with the gun. And this, you're going to be like, holy shit, what? That doesn't even make no sense. Look how big that fucking battery is compared to this one. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit long vid, guys. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it's going to be. Look how big that battery is. Now, what you can do, and this is 1500 milliamp 9.6, it's built very good. But I don't care what anybody says, this is... now, I'm going to criticize myself because the other day I didn't say this, but it is for testing. These batteries are just for testing. Now, other people will say, no, they're not. Yes, they are. It even says it in the description. These batteries are for testing purposes only. They do not hold a charge. They are not worth a shit. Some batteries are. The majority of the batteries that you get with an AEG gun, unless it's some special package deal, and maybe it comes with a smart charger, this is probably the battery you would get with a smart charger. A 10-energy or something, or, you know, to match the chart. Anyway, this battery, it looks like it says Samsung, but it's called Shangbao or some shit like that. Shuangbao, I don't know. Anyway, it's a very huge battery. You can see my finger's not even nowhere near the size of it. Alright, what you can do though, if you have, say you have an AK-47 Sima, with the stock on it, okay? With the regular stock on it, with the plate slides down, and you want a big battery to fit in there. I recommend I use this battery, well, another one from my ER25 that came with my ER25 ECHO1. The same kind of battery comes with it. What you do is put double-sided tape and then just stick these together, and you'll have you a block. You know what I mean? Then you'll have your block battery. Now, in an ECHO1, I mean, in a Sima, I run every battery I can throw in there. You just bring whatever battery to the field you got. Run whatever BB you want through there. I mean, the gun is literally unbreakable. I've tried to break it. I've mixed the BBs up in there. Now, I ain't putting no .12s in there, but I put different .20s, .25s, .23s, .35s, and all that, mixed them all together at one time and shot it through there. You see some going straight, some going up, some going straight up, sideways, sideways, up, down, sideways. That is not good for your gun at all to run it like that. That gun is literally, you cannot mess it up. I'm telling you, little tiny parts might break on it, like maybe your hop up or something. Not on that one, it hasn't. On my JG, it did. My underfold one, just a little bit. But I got a little thing where I can control it. Other than that, no internal work done, no barrel work done, no hop-up done, no anything done. And the guns are great. So if you want a good starter gun, I will recommend a G&G Combat Machine. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Combat Machine. Keep your barrel clean. And as well as Sima or a JG AK-47. Them two or them three rifles right there will last a fucking lifetime. Now that we're at 15 minutes, let me put this battery back up here and get back to this gun. We're not even going to put this battery back in for now because that'll take just too long. Okay, of course you have a fuse on this gun, which I don't really want to have to pull it all out and everything, but you do. You have a fuse right in there, and I'll be able to show it to you. You see it right there, that little white box, right with my finger. You can see it right there better. Okay, here's your timing connector. There's your fuse box. Okay, basically, you just stick it